everyone, we're going to Barnes & Noble's just to train Atlas. I have him here. He's ready to go. I'm going to take you along, show you what it's like. Yeah, hope you enjoy. So right here, he tried to sniff the sidewalk as we were going up on it. I just very quickly and lightly verbally corrected him, and he stopped mid-sniff, and then we went on our way. This is usually why we spend just a couple minutes outside, just to get him in his work mindset before we go in. So that's what you'll see in a couple minutes here. So here is where I'm getting him in that work mindset. I'm having him do some basic command cues like sit and lay down and focus. And then once I feel he is more in that mindset, we go ahead and start making our way inside, and I gauge his focus on me and how well he's healing. And then we go ahead on inside and we begin our training session. Here you can see him looking away from me, and that's because there was some people looking at some books over there. For some reason on this day he was quite distracted by people. He was having an off day. I'm not sure why. It happens. What matters is that we consistently work on it. We have worked very hard to get him to ignore people as it is, because he just thinks that every person is his friend. But it is something that we actively work on all the time. Here I have him in a downstay, and I pretend to go look at some books while he does so. This is what we call obedient disobedience, where he breaks a cue that I had previously given him, like a stay, to go ahead and perform a task. So the task that we're practicing is a scratching behavior interruption. And you'll see us practice this multiple times on different floors and in different areas of Barnes & Noble's, because it is important that he does this in all environments. Here we're practicing his task, deep pressure therapy, otherwise known as DPT. I'm looking for duration and correct positioning. You'll see me rearrange him whenever he gets up before I tell him to, or whenever he starts to shift his weight in an incorrect way. This is something we have been actively working on more and more in public, because he just doesn't understand that he needs to stay where I put him until I say so. We're just to make sure. Yeah, we're just practicing attack. Thank you. Here we're working on his block task, which just creates a barrier between me and the public while I'm pretending to look at some stuff on shelves. So this is also teaching him to not sniff anything that I'm currently looking at, and as well as teaching him to hold it. And you'll see me reposition him a lot because he tends to move before I tell him to. He's still pretty new to doing this task out in public, but he is getting better. We've mainly just worked on it at home, and we're starting to work on it in different environments. It is hard for dogs to understand to hold something, especially when they're younger, because they just want to go, go, go. It does require a lot of patience. And then here we're just working around the stuffed animals. As you can see, he finds them very alluring. He loves stuffed animals and he loves to play with them. So this is something that I decided to work on with him since they were here. And then we worked on his settling in public. I used his under command to help him go under my legs and to stay out the way, and make sure his tail is tucked and everything. This just teaches him how to be calm in public settings, and learn how to just what is called settle, to lay down, to relax. And then here we're working on some basics as well as some advanced obedience, such as downstays as I move about, and as well as some tasks. Some dogs can get spooked or frightened by platforms like these that are raised and different textures for the floor, which is why I had him work up here as well. This is good desensitization for different scenarios and different sounds, different textures of floors and everything. And then here you can see me work on my leg shaking interruption, which this time he did not go in between like the last video, which we have had time to work on. And then with his block command, as you can see, he maneuvers his butt behind me. And this requires a lot of rear end awareness, which is something that I can talk about further with how I personally taught him to do so. And it also helps him with his heeling as well, so that he can properly maneuver into his heel from any position really. And then here you can just see me having some fun with him, because he was doing really good despite being distracted at some points. The main idea for me with these training outings is that I make everything super positive for him. I don't want him to get discouraged or feel any sort of negative feelings towards being out in public and working for me. He has a long road ahead of him and a big job, and I just want him to have fun and feel safe. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what a training looks like for him. I don't currently have him strapped right now just because we're going right around the corner to play in a field. But that's it for today's video. Also, sorry for the awful shadow. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's Atlas.
Did you do a good job, bud? Good job. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
I was distracted more than usual by people. I don't know why. It happens. I feel like he was a little off today. But besides that, he did very good. I'm happy with how the training went. I tried to make it fun for him. It's kind of what you saw whenever I was like having him, prance around and whatnot. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.